Hello and welcome to this module 2 of the Open Education resource on strategy formulation. In module 1, we have already discussed about the concepts and aspects of strategy. So with that insight on strategic management, the next aspect we are going to talk about is of strategic intent, which is also amongst the first steps in the process of strategy formulation. To understand the strategic intent, let's look at the components which also forms the hierarchy of the strategic intent of any organization. Over here we have a pyramid. On top of it we have vision, followed by mission, values and objectives, goals and plans. Now when we say it's in a form of hierarchy, it can be seen that vision on top is one of the most integrated statement that any organization formulates. And as it goes down in the pyramid, we start the organization tend to be more specific in their statements. So if I say for an example, in vision, an organization can say that from 10 years from now, where that organization wants to achieve in general. Now, how that particular vision will be achieved will be transformed or will be translated through mission, values, objectives. Organizations will set goals accordingly, and in order to achieve these objectives and goals, the organization will formulate plans and plans according to the overall strategic intent. And likewise, as we look at the other side, so they are large in number. The number of plans are large in number because they also cover long-term and short-term plans, long-term and short-term goals. Value statements are usually guidelines. So again, the number of statements in that is a larger one. Objectives are again of two types, short-term and long-term. When we talk about mission, so mission is again is a transformation or is a translation of vision into more specific points. Now let's see these aspects or these components of strategic intent in detail. The first is company's vision. So a strategic vision basically is a roadmap showing the route a company intends to take in developing and strengthening its business. It paints a picture of company's destination and provides a rationale for going there. So when a company says that 20 years down the line we are setting a particular destination to achieve, so that's the company's destination. What kind of route they are going to reach that destination is also somehow devised in company's vision, but it is more specifically the milestones of the route and the benchmarks of this particular route to achieve the company's eventual destinations in a specific given time will be translated into mission. But talking about the vision for now, the basic elements of vision includes that it's basically a fundamental reason. It provides a fundamental reason for existence beyond just making money. It's timeless, unchanging, and core values. It's huge and audacious, but definitely achievable aspirations for an organization's future. In order to have a clearer vision for an organization, it should be clear, reachable, achievable, and it should have an element of brevity in it. Having got an insight of what vision is, let's look at what a company's mission is. So it's an enduring statement of purpose that distinguishes one business from the other similar firms within an industry, or if it's a conglomerate firm, so different SBUs will have their different missions. Then it defines scope of operations, implies the image the firm seek to project and reflect the values and priorities of the firm. It provides a public announcement to insiders as well as outsiders about what the firm stands for, what makes firms different and more effective in comparison to its competitors. So specifically, a mission statement gives answer to that why this firm is in business, what are the economic goals, philosophy, what are the core competencies, what kind of customers the organization is going to serve, and definitely what are the responsibilities of this organization towards its stakeholders. So these are the major components, which includes element defining type of customers, products and services, what markets they're going to cater, what technology they're going to use, or how they are going to use technology, concern for survival, growth, profits, philosophy, self-concept, concern for public image, and certainly concern for internal employees. And mission statements, to be better to understand, should be clear, broad, enduring. It should have an identity and image, should be realistic, should be achievable, should be very specific. It should reflect the values, beliefs, and philosophy of the organization. It should certainly have an expression of what has already been said in the vision statement of an organization. And of course, it should not be a very static or a very rigid one. So there should be some dynamism in the mission statement of the organization as well. So with the vision and mission of the an organization, the next aspect is of values under the strategic intent. So the value of the company should state how managers and employees should conduct themselves, what is the code of conduct, how they should do business, what kind of organization they need to build to help achieve the company's mission. It should also have a component of organization culture being defined in that. So basically, the organization culture may be defined as the set of values, norms, and standards that control how employees work to achieve an organization mission and goals, often seen as an important source of competitive advantage as well. And many studies in the field and the domain have showed that in high performance organizations, values respect the interest of the key stakeholders of an organization. Now, usually values and objectives and goals, they usually go hand in hand, but since they exist in hierarchy at different levels, so we are going to discuss them separately. So objectives are an organization's performance targets, the results and outcomes it wants to achieve. They function as yardstick for tracking an organization's performance and progress. The basic role of objectives is it provides the legitimacy to an organization, it extends or shows a direction to the organization, it helps in coordinating the overall efforts of an organization, it sets proper specific benchmark for the success that or for the performance as well, and certainly it provides motivation to the employees and the overall organizational efforts. So based on these vision, mission, objectives, values, and goals, the organization basically choose or explore the environment and the alternatives, and then they make strategic plans and some roadmap to achieve this mental models or the strategic intent of the overall organization. So that brings us to the end of this module 2 of the OER on strategy formulation. Thank you for listening.